This is a heartbreaking tribute to child actors who left us far too soon. Their names may have faded from headlines, but never from our hearts. Stay with us as we honor each one, because they deserve to be remembered. Judith Barsi, the voice behind beloved characters in The Land Before Time, met a tragic end at just 10 years old, killed by her own father in a shocking act of domestic violence. Heather O'Rourke, who chilled audiences in Poltergeist with the haunting line, "They're here," died suddenly at age 12 from cardiac arrest brought on by a misdiagnosed illness. Lucille Rickson, a silent film sensation of the 1920s, succumbed to tuberculosis at only 14, just as Hollywood was beginning to recognize her rising star power. Nikita Waligwa, the young Ugandan actress who moved hearts in Queen of Katwe, lost her life to a brain tumor at age 15, leaving behind a legacy of inspiration. Tora Korea McCullen, known for her role in Judging Amy, was gunned down in a senseless act of violence at 16, cutting short a promising career. Michael Cuccione, who inspired fans with his role in Together, lost his courageous battle with cancer at just 16, his light dimmed far too soon. Billy Laughlin, remembered as Froggy from The Little Rascals, was tragically killed in a car accident at 16 while riding a scooter with a friend. Jacqueline Linetsky, the voice of Caillou and a bright young talent, died unexpectedly of a heart attack at just 17, leaving the animation world in shock. Rob Knox, who played Marcus Belby in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, was stabbed to death at 18 while bravely protecting his brother outside a bar. Anissa Jones, the sweet Buffy from Family Affair, died of a drug overdose at 18, her stardom overshadowed by a silent struggle. Tyler Sanders, a rising Emmy-nominated star of Just Add Magic, died from an accidental opioid overdose at 18, stunning fans and colleagues alike. Dorothy Dell, a glamorous beauty of early Hollywood, was killed in a tragic car crash at just 19, just as her career was about to soar. Sawyer Sweeten, who grew up on screen in Everybody Loves Raymond, died by Weekday at 19, reminding the world of the quiet battles so many face. Miles Ferguson, a familiar face from shows like The X-Files and Edgemont, died in a tragic car crash at just 19, ending a budding career too soon. Bobby Hutchins, beloved Weezer from Our Gang, was killed in a plane crash at 20 while training to serve his country in World War II. Cameron Boyce, the charismatic Disney Channel star of Descendants, died in his sleep at age 20 due to a seizure from epilepsy, shocking fans around the world. Josh Ryan Evans, known for his role in Passions and How the Grinch Stole Christmas, passed away at 20 from heart complications, leaving behind a legacy of courage and charm. Sammy Cancraft, the real-life athlete who starred in Bad News Bears, died in a traffic collision at 20. Her talents both on screen and on the field cut heartbreakingly short. Bridget Anderson, who melted hearts in Savannah Smiles, died from a heroin overdose at 21 after years of struggling to transition from child star to adult life. Bobby Buntrock, remembered as Harold Baxter from Hazel, was killed in a tragic car accident at 21, leaving fans mourning a familiar face from classic TV. Skye McCole Bertusiak, who played Mel Gibson's daughter in The Patriot, died of an accidental drug overdose at 21, her promising future lost to a hidden battle. Matthew Garber, the charming Michael Banks from Mary Poppins, died of pancreatitis at 21, never getting the chance to reprise his childhood magic. J. Madison Wright Morris, who starred in Earth 2, died of a heart attack at just 21, only months after receiving a life-saving heart transplant and beginning a new chapter. Lorenzo Brino, one of the Brino quadruplets from Seventh Heaven, died in a solo car crash at 21, leaving fans heartbroken over the loss of a familiar childhood face. Norman Chaney, known as Chubby in the Our Gang comedies, passed away from myocarditis at 21. His career and life both far too brief. Rafael Miguel, the Brazilian actor from Chiquititas, was murdered at 22 alongside his parents, a senseless act that shocked an entire nation. Donald Haynes, another Our Gang alum, died a hero at 23 after being killed in action during World War II, trading screen time for service to his country. River Phoenix, the soulful star of Stand By Me and My Own Private Idaho, died at 23 of drug intoxication outside the Viper Room, leaving a legacy of brilliance and tragedy. Christopher Pettiette, who played the cool older brother in Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, died of a drug overdose at 24, a stark reminder of the pressures young actors face. Brad Renfro, who broke out in The Client, died of a heroin overdose at just 25 after years of battling inner demons behind the spotlight. Raphael Coleman, the beloved child star from Nanny McPhee, died after collapsing during a jog at 25, remembered not only for his acting but for his passionate environmental activism. Ashley Aston Moore, who shined as Chrissy in Now and Then, died of a drug overdose at 26. Her light dimmed far too early after childhood stardom. Anton Yelchin, best known as Chekhov in Star Trek, died in a freak accident at 27 from traumatic asphyxia, a brilliant talent lost in an instant. Jonathan Brandis, teen idol from Sequest, DSV, and Ladybugs, died by Weekday at 27, leaving behind fans who never stopped loving him. Austin Majors, once the bright young star of NYPD Blue, died from a fentanyl overdose at 27, a sobering end to a life once filled with promise. Nick Lashaway, known for roles in The X-Files and Girls, lost his life in a car crash at 28, just as his acting star was rising. Jansen Panettiere, younger brother of Hayden and an actor in his own right, died at 28 due to cardiomegaly, leaving fans stunned by the sudden loss. Lee Thompson Young, the unforgettable famous Jet Jackson, died by Weekday at 29, a heartbreaking end to a bright and beloved presence. Michelle Thomas, cherished for her role as Myra on Family Matters, passed away from stomach cancer at 30, remembered for her warmth and radiant smile. Rodney Harvey, who starred in My Own Private Idaho and Twin Peaks, died of a drug overdose at 30, his immense potential never fully realized. Brandon DeWilde, the Oscar-nominated child star of Shane, died in a tragic traffic collision at 30, just as his adult career was gaining momentum. Michael Galeota, beloved for his lead role in The Jersey, passed away at 31 from heart complications, leaving fans grieving the loss of a childhood favorite. Carl Switzer, famous as Alfalfa from Our Gang, was shot and killed at 31, a dark and sudden end to a once joyful screen presence. Bobby Driscoll, the voice of Disney's Peter Pan, died penniless at 31 from heart failure. His journey from child star to tragedy, a haunting tale of lost innocence. Kevin Clark, who rocked audiences as Freddy in School of Rock, was struck and killed while riding his bicycle at 32, his beats silenced far too soon. Dana Hill, who voiced beloved characters and starred in European Vacation, died at 32 from diabetes-related complications, her spark remembered through her voice. Glenn Quinn, best known as Doyle on Angel and Mark on Roseanne, died of a drug overdose at 32, his talent forever frozen in our memories. Brittany Murphy, the vibrant star of Clueless and 8 Mile, died of pneumonia at 32, leaving behind a legacy of unforgettable performances and unanswered questions. Clifton Young, once a member of the Our Gang comedies, died in a tragic fire at 33, his flame extinguished in a cruel twist of fate. John Paul Stoyer, who played young Worf in Star Trek, TNG, and later found success in music, tragically died by weekday at 33, his talents spanning galaxies and genres. Dana Plato, who rose to fame as Kimberly on Different Strokes, died of a drug overdose at 34, her struggles echoing the darker side of childhood fame. Blake Heron, known for his touching role in Shiloh, died of a drug overdose at 35, just as he was working toward a comeback. Carl Steven, a former child star who voiced young Fred in A Pup Named Scooby-Doo, died of a heroin overdose at 36, his early charm shadowed by later battles. John Cullum, an early screen and stage actor, not to be confused with the still-living Broadway legend, died of a heart attack at 36, his career cut short in its prime. Corey Haim, one of the beloved stars of The Lost Boys, died from pneumonia at 38, his life marked by fame, fandom, and fierce personal struggles. Scotty Beckett, another Our Gang alum, died of a barbiturate overdose at 38. His roller coaster life, a tragic tale of early stardom and later pain. Lee J. Cobb, mistakenly listed here, the actor actually died at 64 in 1976. Gary Coleman, who captured hearts as Arnold on Different Strokes, died of a hemorrhagic stroke at 42, leaving a legacy that far outlasted his small stature. Rusty Hamer, the beloved child star of The Danny Thomas Show, died by weekday at 42 after years of struggling with the transition out of fame. Harold Switzer, older brother of Alfalfa and a fellow Our Gang actor, died by weekday at 42, his story mirroring the hardships many child stars faced later in life. Amanda Peterson, who charmed audiences in Can't Buy Me Love, died of a drug overdose at 43. Her sudden loss stunning fans who remembered her bright spirit. Dustin Diamond, forever known as Screech from Saved by the Bell, passed away from lung cancer at 44, leaving behind a complex legacy of fame and redemption. Ricky Nelson, the teen idol turned rock and roll star, died in a tragic plane crash at 45. His music forever echoing in the hearts of fans. Darla Hood, the sweet star of Our Gang, died of heart failure at 47, remembered fondly for her innocent charm and timeless smile. Jack Wilde, who played the artful Dodger in Oliver and starred in HR Pufnstuf, died of oral cancer at 53, his voice and energy cherished by generations. Tommy Rettig, the original boy from Lassie, passed away from heart failure at 54, having lived a quiet life after leaving the spotlight. Philip McKeown, who played Tommy on Alice, died after a long illness at 55, his kind demeanor and early charm missed by many. If their stories moved you, share this tribute so their memories live on. And never forget, every life matters, no matter how short. Thank you for watching, and may these stars shine forever in our hearts. Rest in peace, young legends.